It's really with spirit of matter. And this is Monday and Saturn hour. Ooh, Saturn hour. Saturn is Pisces in the fourth house. Ascendant is on the 11th degree, ruled by Jupiter, that's in the 6th degree in Taurus. And the midheaven is ruled by Mercury, which is adjacent to the ascendant. So that's interesting. The moon itself, the moon is on Deneb Algedir, which is probably why I'm doing this. So the moon is on Deneb Algedir, but applying to square the sun and Mars. And sun and Mars are still combust, okay? It's not a Cassimi. We lost a puppy to this Sun-Mars conjunction. It's not a Cassimi. It's a Sun-Mars conjunction. It's combust. They're way too close together. Thank you, Ksenia Moore, for informing us. If you are using talismanic materia, if you prepare the ritual, then double check yourself. Do your own, do your own stuff to make sure that it's good for you. Some things that are malefic on a mundane level, like alcohol, can be incredibly benefic on a magical level. But we want to be informed, and I've never seen a combustion in astrological magic working in a benefic way. So like, just know that this is combustion, and combustion is something we usually avoid when we do astrological magic. I can't restate it over again. I mean, I did not do any materia because I knew this, because I listened to Ksenia Moore, and I knew it is combustion and not Cassimi. But I still lost a kitten at the time of this double conjunction. So if you wonder about the caption screen, so the caption screen is basically taken as a screenshot from an account called Thessaluki. And without further ado, I'm going to call in the protection of Deneb Algedi to release those who were falsely hospitalized across the generations worldwide, falsely imprisoned, and so on and so forth. And of course, grant them the wealth of being free. And I want to go on YouTube and I want to show you this account. So basically, it's a travel influencer, okay? And this is a travel influencer. Just want to show you the account because so this is Thessaluki, and he is a travel influencer, and he made all kinds of videos about regions that you wouldn't normally travel to, kind of like neighborhoods in Italy that are deprived from government assistance, or where there is crime. Here we have the Lebanon front, denied entry to Palestine. He was in Jenin, also in Tel Aviv, okay? And basically, he just had a life where he was chilling with his auntie, and I don't remember where it was within Israel, and suddenly an ambulance comes, and this ambulance, and the doctors tell him, you either come with us or we take you by force. And he's hospitalized in Sheba Hospital. So just so that you will see, what is this place, Sheba? Sheba Hospital. Sheba Hospital in Israel. No, I want you to see it on Google. So it's just a shout out, and so that you will be informed. This is probably a global phenomena, but it's just a shout out. It's a person that I was watching, and apparently he had a friend from the Nova, and it's kind of related to the travel videos that he was making. You know that from the Nova party on October 7th, where it was the Maui event, those who survived are hospitalized in close places. Some of them managed to speak out from within the hospitals, but usually they take your phone, they take your ability to communicate with the world, and we are currently looking for the people that are basically kidnapped within the borders of our country. and held captive against their will and being forced to receive beta blockers. I talked about beta blockers a lot. We lost people like OAG, OAG to that, who received probably beta blockers due to heart attack. Beta blockers cause autonomic muscles to not contract. So this is the hospital where Thessaloniki is in. There is also Itanim Hospital, which was committing atrocities against humanity, and there is a current lawsuit against Itanim. So this is Sheba Tel Shomer. This is the place. Let's see if we have a map here where the place is located. It is in central Israel. By the way, my grandmother was hospitalized there. It was there when I was 9 years old that the doctor tried to kidnap me. Okay, it was not in a mental hospital, it was just a hospital. My grandmother was hospitalized because of diabetes, because of her feet. I was just wanted to walk. I was around 9 years old, could be a bit older, could be a bit, it's childhood stuff. And I just needed to walk, and some doctor kind of like hugs me and take me to the side. And the next thing I know, somebody saved me. It was my mother's family member. Her son basically came, and what I remember is that the doctor was telling him, "What are you interrupting?" And he wanted to take me to the side, but he stopped it and he saved me, and he took me from this doctor. He was very angry at me because I was just walking. I was just a child, and I couldn't sit still. I always needed to be on the move. And basically that's how I was saved. He was intending to kidnap me. What was he wanting to do? Was it torture? What is sexual offense? What is child trafficking? I don't know. But this is the story of how I was saved. It affected my ability to experience touch. It was it's still usually impossible for me to experience touch and enjoy touch with people. Some of it was since birth, but that did not make it easier, and it affected my ability to enjoy intimacy, even though it's just like this incident, but still affected my life a lot. So that was in Sheba. Okay, she was hospitalized in Sheba Tel Shomer. Just saying. So now Thessaloniki is in Sheba, and I want to see if there is a map here where I can show you. So Sheba basically. What is Ulitsky? No, it's not this Sheba. Sheba Hospital. Yes, it isn't. Okay, it is basically in between Tel Aviv and Ramat Gan, around Ramat Gan, Ganei Tikva, Yehuda. Then you take the road number 4 there, and then it's kind of like arriving to this big hospital, and he's basically forcibly hospitalized there. This is one place, and then there is Itanim, which is another place, and we have another person from the Nova hospitalized there that managed to say that he is there. I'll write it in Hebrew, Itanim. So this is yes, Beit Cholim hospital. So this is from Israel, and if you have anything like this from Gaza, from Palestine, from Maui, from Ukraine, from Russia, and you can send and you can broadcast so that people will know where is the location, where are the people. Make sure you follow, if it's Thessaloniki, we have I think Idan as well. Make sure you follow them on social media. Make sure you try to contact them, to make sure you ask how they are, if they are alive, to have evidence shown to you, because this is the times that we're living in, okay? And so this place is open 24 hours. It looks kind of like nice area and so, but you see how isolated the place is, and it has committed atrocities against humanity, so it is impossible that people still hospitalize people there. This place should have been closed a long time ago, this particular place, Itanim. And you see how secluded this place is. Looks like a beautiful nature, but it's very secluded. It's like a jail. So you understand that anybody that's sent there is basically sent to exile and not to anything to do with health. So this is the story of the caption. And now the moon is on Deneb Al-Gadi. So moon is on Deneb Al-Gadi. It is squaring Mars. It is squaring the sun. And I previously talked about Pallas ingressing into Scorpio earlier yesterday. But today, what we have the moon applying to conjunct Saturn. Saturn is ruling the moon right now in Deneb Al-Gadi, and there is a square between the Mars-Sun conjunction to this Saturn. So that is something that is ongoing. It's something that is related to war, because it's Mars and psychology and poison, and Saturn, which is in the place of refugees, even spies and or whistleblowers, because it's the same thing, it's leaking information basically. And we get this issue coming up. A lot of things are being exposed. There was also illegal orders that were given and were exposed within certain kind of institutions like the army, here related to the 7th of October. But again, I'm trying to go to the general level, the more mundane situation that people may experience now. So we can turn today to Deneb Al-Gadi and be informed that there is a square between Mars and Sun and Deneb Al-Gadi. Deneb Al-Gadi right now is not a time to make a talisman, okay? Both because of the location of Saturn in Pisces and because they're squaring Mars and the Sun, and the moon is applying to square the Mars and the Sun. Okay, so this is a square by the malefic that we don't want when we create a talisman. However, we can absolutely petition Deneb Al-Gadi, and because Saturn is in Pisces, so even if it's a personal thing, let's say you have somebody at the hospital, or you want to receive medical treatment that is fair, that is just, then this is a good time to kind of pull up your Deneb Al-Gadis, whether a talisman or petitions, and petition Deneb Al-Gadi to give fair treatment in terms of the medicine, in terms of the structure, to release people if they are refugees or if they are hospitalized falsely or imprisoned falsely, to release medical staff that disobeyed illegal order, as well as spies and whistleblowers that exposed corruption in the medical system. Okay, because there is medicine. There is medicine. There is medicine. There is good medicine. There are medications that if you give to terminally ill cancer patient, they have remission. Okay, their situation becomes better, and the research fund was abrupted when they got results. And so instead of these things that are no torture, no pain, do not necessitate beta blockers, okay, for reducing nausea, they are not marketed, and the people that were part of this research in 2016, 2017, they were sent to their death. Probably most of them are dead now because they were terminally ill patients. This is also in terms of ethic. You can only do these experiments in terminally ill patients. So if you think that ailments like cancer or terminally ill people or even heart conditions are situations where you can't find the cure, this is actually the easiest frontier to get results with, because in terms of medical ethics, you are allowed to do way more things with somebody that anyhow is going to die unless you interfere, and you'll get lucky with your interference, than with any other patient. Okay, so this is basically the easiest to cure because the most funds can be allocated, because most of the medical experiments can be done with these people. Now you can understand the interest behind that. It is to create a lot of people in that frontier. So a lot of people have heart disease, cancer, um, and certain acute mental conditions. Basically, it means people who suffer torture and trauma. And the raison d'etre for creating many people like this is because it's a benefit to the industry that can do a lot of things with these people. Okay, but when you actually have successes, and there are successes, they're not marketed worldwide, and the people turn to their death. Okay, so this is actually something that you need to know, because I don't want you to get the impression that you see, well, Pfizer is poison, there are class lawsuits right now. Well, the COVID might have been poisoning. Well, this is poison. Well, beta blockers is murder. It literally is. If your heart does not contract, you don't even have the preliminary signs that you would have in a heart attack, so nobody can save you. You just die. Okay? And this is an autonomic muscle. The heart is an autonomic muscle. The brain is an autonomic muscle. Okay, your intestines. So the most you'll have is constipation, which happens with pills like Zofrexa, okay, or olanzapine. And so you don't have anything that would tell you that you die, and then you just die. People say, well, it was not the pill. We don't know why they died. Okay, so that is basically how it's done. And when it comes to the people who are the medical staff, they don't really like you. You see how many hours people work. You see how little time they have. You see that they themselves are consuming these pills to basically try and stay alive, and a lot of them die too, and we don't hear about this. And then you say, well, it's the working conditions, okay, that are not being changed. But you must understand that when you're seeing all this, you can get the image that there is no such thing as medicine. There is medicine. There are medications that can cause terminally ill cancer patient to get remission and save their lives. No pain interfered, no vomiting, no chemotherapy, no beta blockers to supposedly relieve nausea and then kill the patient. None of that. There is medicine, okay? So petition in Deneb Algedy to bring in the medicine and expose the corruption and save people from these corruptions. So this is something we can all do today. If you have a family member, if it is you, then it's very much advised to do so. And I will return with this episode on the better elections, like not this 11th degree suicide mission of ascendant.